Tim, you've been chomping at the bit. I've seen you. I'm at G3. It's G3 time.
It's G3 time. All right. So
it's G3 time.
We have a couple of things here. One of my favorites. So there's a number of different anti-gun groups on X. So it keeps us, it keeps us pretty busy with content for the Goofy Gun Grabbers segment here on Second Legacy. And 97% is one of those Goofy Gun Grabbers. And if we could throw up number 8, Doc, here we have a post where they're pushing for more universal background checks, right? So the overwhelming majority of American gun owners and non-gun owners alike agree that we must pass red flag laws and universal background checks. Why don't our leaders listen? And 2A History, a pro-gun group on X, had a beautiful comeback that was so perfect. Yep. And they said, well, maybe you should run a poll. And then they screenshot a poll they literally ran, which they got ratioed in their own poll. Which you can see 82.5% of the people said, no, we don't support that stuff.
Right. It's so good, dude. And 200,000 people saw it. 10,484 votes. And you had that big of 82.5%.
Yeah. That's a larger sampling than most professional polls in terms of how many people vote.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The professional ones do 1,000 to 1,500 of registered voters. Right. 100%. That is so damning.
I have to throw this out there. The poll obviously is not scientific. But it's a poll.
You logged in 10,000 times, Tim, don't I? You have 10,000 accounts.
I wrote a script. You
do. Yeah, you're so good at that.
But it turns out
that it's you're gaming the system like always, Tim.
Here, I'll date myself. I wrote a script in Tandy Basic.
Oh, wow.
Does anybody even know what that is? Comment down below.
No. Is that like Pong? Oh, man. I don't even
it's a little before Palm by about a decade.
Tim's over here. He's like, do you want to play a game?
Pretty much, yes. With the old acoustic coupler modem. Put it, yeah.
Who was it was Ferris Bueller and the guy who played Ferris Bueller, and who was the girl in that video? In that movie, the thermonuclear war, or whatever, it doesn't matter.
Katie Alley or something like that. I can't remember.
Something like that.
I can't remember the names.
Whatever,
of
doesn't matter.
Actors.
So many squirrels. But that was a movie from the 80s.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good one. I think I love that when you actually get people and you actually ask them a question. Hey, do you want universal background checks? Everyone's like, heck no. But when these gun controllers get polling, they're like 97.99% of the public say they want no freedoms at all. It's like, I don't think that's right.
But this goes to another point you've made here on the channel before. Look, we don't have a democracy, folks. In a democracy, 51% would be able to govern over the other 49%, right? Mm-hmm. So if 51% of the people voted to ban all guns, then the other 49% would just have to suffer under those rules, right? But we don't have a democracy. Correct. We have what's called a republic. It tries to balance things a little bit more, giving a voice to those that are in the minority sometimes. Now, I'm not saying we're in the minority because I don't believe that we are, but that's why we have a republic. That's why we have electoral college. That's why we do things the way we do here. So when they tell you that we have a democracy, they're prepping you to embrace the concept of a democracy. I don't support democracy any more than I support communism. It is not a valid method of government where it preserves rights, because it doesn't. Because 51% could bring back slavery. Much more difficult in a republic.
And that would be bad.
And that would be
bad. I'm just going to say it right here on the Second Legacy. That would be a negative. A net negative. Not good. Not a good look.
All right. So shall we move on to number 10?
Next, Tim?
Yes.
Oh, I'm so excited. Is it number 10? Okay.
This one's good, folks. This one is good. All right, number 10, Doc. So this is from NMPGV. NM is short for New Mexico PGV. I forget what that is. Something anti-gun, I'm sure. Anyway, so they posted this, and they've just been getting roasted on X for this post.
So good.
Rightfully so. So here's the post. They posted a picture of all these deer rifles and shotguns, like hunting firearms, that they demilled, right? Well, they said dismantled. So here's their post. Picture are unwanted firearms from one household in Farmington, New Mexico. Our gun buyback was canceled by the city, but local residents asked us to show up anyway. So we spent today dismantling guns house by house. So they dismantled them. And what they don't say in this post, they said elsewhere. So let's take a look at what else they had to say. Number 11, Doc.
Yes.
So here they post kind of more of the details on how they operate when they dismantle firearms. And of course, here's my response to them up top, which kind of gives away where I'm going with this. So their comment, which I responded to, is, we have no idea when they were posed with the question, we have no idea, but wish we could partner with we wish they could partner with us on these buybacks. We don't take in broken guns and we don't offer cash for guns, but groceries and gas. That's key here. In addition, the guns are dismantled on site, dismantled, not legally demilled. They're still guns on site.
Are they? Okay.
And then forged into gardening tools by RFK charter high school students. So, and then of course, and there's more to it, but then of course you take a look at my comments above that. It's like, here they admit to one, taking the guns from the owners and giving them to another party, which is a transfer. Okay. Plus they offered a barter, which is trading something of value for something of value, which is a gun, which is technically illegal in the state of Mexico because they have a law in New Mexico that says you must go through a background check to do a private transfer between individuals.
Checks.
Right?
Yeah.
And then exchanging something of value for the guns they illegally took possession of under New Mexico state law. Oops. And they admitted to it right there on X. Now they're out there trying to say, well, we didn't do anything. We didn't take possession of anything. It was just a bunch of metal and wood that we took to the school. Well, if we throw up number 13, Doc, this is from ATF, how to properly destroy a firearm. First, it shows you using an oxyacetylene torch, not a bandsaw, which is clearly what they used. You can see the bandsaw cuts on the receivers. It must be at least a quarter inch of material destroyed by the torch. So a bandsaw doesn't get anywhere near a quarter of an inch of material destroyed. Must be made at angles and completely sever the receiver at least three critical positions, depending on model, which clearly they didn't do. There weren't three cuts.
Right.
And so they break it down, showing you further. So what does this mean? If it wasn't demilled per ATF regulations, they're still guns. So not only do they illegally transfer guns under New Mexico state law and transfer the guns to a school, and students, children, didn't we just watch a video about saving the children from drowning in pools and gun violence? Yet they're taking guns to school in violation of, most likely, of laws within that jurisdiction. And
federal. I'm pretty sure federal.
Yeah. Well, again, it depends on some jurisdictions because some jurisdictions have changed the laws so that you can carry firearms like into parking lots and things like that, just not into school property or whatever.
That's fair.
So,
that's fair.
Yeah. And this just smacks of something else that happened in history. Let's bring up number 12, Doc. This is Karen Mallard, a Democrat from VA. She famously posted a video of herself online dismantling, because it isn't demilling, an AR-15 by cutting the barrel.
Doing great work. She's doing great work.
So what did she do here, folks? Class, we're taking suggestions. Comment down below. She made an illegal SBR, folks. These gun grabbers are out there breaking the gun laws that they advocate for, but they think they're immune to prosecution because they're on the side of, well, we want to ban them. We don't like them. Disregard the fact that we just illegally shortened them into SBRs. We illegally transferred them. We did all these illegal things. Doesn't matter because we're on your side, government. We hate them too.
I'm pretty sure that's a $250,000 fine and how many years in prison?
10 years. 10? And she got investigated by the ATF. I don't know what the outcome is. I'll have to look that up, but I know the ATF started an investigation against her. And who knows, maybe NMPGV will get an investigation launched against them. Now, I'm not reporting these people, okay? People had said in the comments, why don't you report them to ATF? I don't agree with the gun laws, folks, and I'm not going to jam up even people I dislike. If you want to report them, you do your thing. I'm not going to judge you, but I'm not going to report people. It's just I'm mocking them online. And they're feeling the heat. They're panicking because they haven't posted in like 20 hours and they're making all these denial posts. We didn't do anything illegal. Like, well,
yes, you did.
Actually, you did.
Yes, you did, Cupcake. Maybe you should look at the laws that you're trying to expound upon before you just go ahead and virtue signal on the internet. It's always a bad look. It never works out.
They don't know anything about guns. The gun grabbers don't know anything about them. From the flippy thing that goes up to barrel shrouds to getting 100 rounds in the chamber. They don't know anything about them. They just know they don't want you having them. And they'll go out and even break laws.
But they cut it in half. It's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
it's
look at all the
dismantled.
lives they saved.
Pretty sure the word dismantle doesn't appear anywhere in the NFA.
Yeah.
Or the Gun Control Act of 1968.
Exactly. But if you look at this, Tim, and that's kind of like a last little thought on this. The picture of number 10, when they've broken these things in half and dismantled them, these are all like old style shotguns. They're 22 hunting rifles. Let's see, like the old little semi-automatic 22s. I mean, like, I don't see anything in here with a caliber, either a shotgun or a 22. I don't see anything larger. Do you?
Yeah, that gun laying right there on the top looks like, what is it, 742 Remington? One of the, like, I have one in 30-06.
On the very top?
Yeah, the very top. That looks like it was actually a rifle.
Oh,
But
okay.
the others are
A hunting
22s. They
rifle.
even cut through the scope with the bandsaw. I mean,
Listen, those scopes are
they're
weapons of
22
war, Tim.
shotguns, and they're all hunting firearms. None of these are
Oh, absolutely.
assault weapons or weapons of war in their classifications. These are the ones that they presumably don't have a problem with until they post images like this.
And broke the law.
And broke the law in the process, yes. So anyway,
Ugh.
I just love exposing the hypocrisy of these goons, and you know, I just love the fact that they're getting ratioed in their own posts on X. X has definitely become a free speech site, and if you don't have an account over there, pop in, make an account, and follow us and other pro gun groups, and then follow some of the gun grabbers so you can keep yourself up on all the goofy stuff they're out there doing. So, all right, folks, thanks for watching. We'll talk to you guys soon.